Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Low Nose. Now today we have a microphone comparison between the community favorite, the Rode NTG2 versus the industry standard, the Sennheiser MKH 416. Now you could say what we got here is a good old-fashioned shotgun microphone shootout. Yeah, up next. All right, so let's get this comparison started. At any given time, check out right here and I will let you know what microphone you are listening to because I'll be switching back and forth between the microphones. Okay, so the Rode NTG2, $269 versus the Sennheiser MKH 416, $999. Both super cardioid shotgun microphones. They both promise broadcast quality sound. They both promise low noise circuitry. So you have the least amount of self noise within the microphone so you can have the nice, clean, pristine recordings. They are both powered by phantom power 48 volts. The construction is very solid for both of them. The Sennheiser in particular, they promise it handles really well in various climates. I guess hot, cold, whichever well the microphone is supposed to handle between that. I'm live in South Florida, so it's always warm. The Rode, it has a two-step high-pass filter, a flat selection and a 80 hertz roll-off of the high-pass right there. The Sennheiser doesn't have any one. Now, to let you know, I am recording both of these microphones on a Zoom H6, but they're both dialed in. Right now, I have my Sennheiser at 5 and my Rode at 6, and I have the low pass engaged within my Zoom as well. I just like to record with the high pass engaged whenever I do my recordings at some kind of aspect, either on the microphone or my recorder. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to record. First, we're going to do various comparisons. First, we'll do a voiceover comparison between the two phones. Then we'll go outside. We'll see how the phones handle just outside dialogue, and then we'll go next to a busy street and see how the microphones handle noise rejection with traffic passing by. Okay, so let's do our first comparison. All right, so the first one's going to be a simple radio station imaging voiceover. Here we go. You're listening to the #1 music station in the country, WABC 102.3. And I'll give you a different delivery. You're listening to the #1 music station in the country, WABC 102.3. You're listening to the #1 music station in the country, WABC 102.3. You're listening to the #1 music station in the country, WABC 102.3. All right, so we got that down. Let's go outside. Let's get a different recording. All right, so now we're outside with both microphones, the MKH 416 and the NTG2. We're still recording with the Zoom H6 handy recorder. And I have the pop filters, the windscreens that came with both microphones. This is the Sennheiser and this is the Rode one. They're not really good for high windy situations, but for outside situations like this, they'll work just fine. Okay, so I've got some ambient sounds going on. I've got a bird kind of chirping over there. I've got some AC units running in the background. I've got some traffic running in the background. So we'll see how it handles as far as just picking up my voice and handling some of the outside ambience of everything. So now let's go separately. This is the NTG2. Working as is right now outside with this situation. I'll just try to keep talking, kind of give you an example as I was doing before. And now let's switch over. And this is the Sennheiser MKH 416, one or another. Again, birds going on, AC units running in the background, slight traffic also running on the background, and like I said before, the Zoom H6 handy recorder. And also my ghetto makeshift holding microphone stand right there with my boxing glove weights holding it up. It's doing the job. All right, so let's go in front of let's go and find some busy traffic and see how these microphones handle out there. All right, so I'm back outside with both microphones, still using the Zoom H6. The microphones are about 2 feet on top of me now. Still with the windscreen, traffic behind me. Hopefully, we'll see how the super cardioid pattern of the microphone does as far as rejecting the background. But right now, okay, so let's go. This is the Rode NTG2 microphone. Right now, capturing my voice and all the ambience around me. I've got some people doing work behind the camera, and I've got the traffic behind me, and just sort of general ambiance. And now I'll switch over to the Sennheiser. This is my voice on a Sennheiser shotgun microphone. Again, traffic behind me, various things happening behind the camera and such. The wind is blowing, so let's see how the windscreen handles the microphone. Okay, so that's about it. Let's go back inside. Let's put everything in our video editing software, and let's do a comparison. Let's see how it actually sounds, and I'll give you my thoughts on the two microphones. Okay, so we're in our editing software. I've got my video, my audio sources lined up, and we're not going to go through everything else, but I just want to give you some quick impressions on what I thought. Also, I'm using a giant squared lavalier microphone connected to a Zoom H1 handy recorder, so we're not getting confused from what I'm using to actually talk to you and the two microphones that we're doing a comparison with. So that's separate. If you have any questions about interest in those things, go ahead, check out the link right there, and I'll give you my impressions on those, the microphone and the recorder. Okay, so just listening off the bat, Sennheiser MKH 4.6 shotgun microphone. I noticed that fashion shotgun that the Sennheiser microphone does a far and away better job as far as not being overloaded by the voice. The NTG2 fashion shotgun microphone, it just kind of gets overloaded when you're a little too close to the microphone, but the Sennheiser fashion shotgun fashion shotgun, the Sennheiser does a good job of not being overloaded when you get too close to it. And I guess that's why it's such an industry standard when it comes to voiceovers using the MKH 416. It does a really good job as far as just getting the voice and not being overloaded. So props on the Sennheiser right there. Also, another thing that I also noticed was what microphone you are versus the Sennheiser M16. Both microphones have a fantastic full sound. $999. Both see, they both have a nice, great full sound. But the Sennheiser, for my preferences, it just has a sound more inviting to $999. Promise. It has a sound that I prefer to, me coming from a radio background, it has more of a sound that I would just like to feel more welcome to EQ and edit with. I just, there's not a lot of low end. It is a bit of, a high, nice little good highs, a nice little good mids. It feels like I'd have to do very little EQing as far as, just trying to make the voice sound good and intelligible. It feels like I may have to do just a little more work with the NTG2. There is a bit of a more of a low-end, mumbly sound to it, in my opinion. Promise broadcast quality sound. They both promise the construction. It still sounds very, very good. It's almost like the further away you get from it, it's almost like there's like a sweet spot between to it. When you're too close, it kind of crashes it. And then as far as you get away, there's like a nice little balance where like the sweet spot is like right here. And then the further you get, the NTG bottom line still sounds very good. You can get a great, fantastic sound with a little EQing. But overall, right now, in my opinion, still a good sounding microphone. Okay, so let's move on to another example. Busy street and see how the 3, and I'll give you a different delivery. You're listening to the #1 music station in the country. Okay, let me try the NTG. You're listening to the #1 music station in the country, WABC 102.3. Okay, so it's, again, You're listening to the #1 music station in the country, WABC 102.3. You see, that was a voiceover read on the NTG. It still sounded good. I wasn't too close. Like I said, I was probably somewhere in that sweet spot. The audio still sounded good. Of course, I'd probably want to do some things in post-production, probably to bring it out, make it a little more brighter, a little more clearer. But off the bat, the Sennheiser just has that element that I'm looking for. You're listening to the See how it's already bright? It's already ready it's ready to cut through over some kind of music that I may put behind country, it. WABC 102. Yeah, so like I said, the Sennheiser has that sonic range where, like, you know what, I want to use this file because I know it's just going to make it easier to edit my files over whatever kind of music. Like I said, the NTG2 sounds great, but if I'd want to do it over some kind of high EQ in session or project, I probably want to favor the Sennheiser. Okay, so let's see how these things handle outside. H6 handy recorder, and I have the the windscreens that came with both microphones. And this is the Rode one. Okay, so you might have already noticed earlier in the video that the Sennheiser does an amazing job of homing in like a missile onto my voice alone. Yes, it still picks up the background, but it does an amazing job of just enhancing my voice. And even though the background is still present, it just kind of, for some reason, it almost sounds like it lowers the background noise.
H6 handy recorder.
And like my voice is there. It's present.
The windscreens that came with both mic.
And then when we check out the NTG.
H6 handy recorder.
Like the background rumble is a little more present there.
H6 handy recorder.
The voice still sounds very good. You know, like I said, this is an awesome microphone for just capturing dialogue. So it's doing its job.
So I've got some sounds going on.
But then again,
I've got some sounds going on. I've got a bird kind of chirp.
The Sennheiser just does an amazing job of just singling my voice out and just kind of dropping almost the level of everything else. Okay, let's see how it does outside for our last impressions. Now, for the last video, I got this was a little bit of my fault. On the recorder, it was recording a little hot, so it's just going to sound a little hot overall. But we'll still find out. We'll still see how the microphones handle that overall hotness from the recorder.
I'm still using the Zoom H6. The microphones are about 2 feet on top of me now.
Switch it up.
Traffic behind me. Hopefully, we'll see how the super cardioid pattern of the microphone does as far as...
I mean, you can see right there, the microphone does a great job of singling my voice out and just kind of dropping the level down of the background. So, yeah, you know, like $269 versus $1,000. It's really all up to you as far as what your needs are, what kind of sound you're looking for. If you have the budget to use the Sennheiser microphone, then go ahead, do it. You know, me personally, I just use it for voiceovers, and because of the price, I would be scared to go out and about using that microphone for just, you know, various projects where it's going to get dinged and beat up and all that stuff. You know, that's what, for me, that's what the NTG2 is for, you know, so it can do all that rough work and just get great sound. I'm not using the NTG2 for any kind of voiceovers. You know, like I said, I just use it for doing YouTube videos and Let's Plays and whatnot. And like, you know, I've done various video skits and as well with the NTG2. And, you know, I just love it. It has a really nice dialogue sound. And it's just it's a good mic. Also, it seems like the NTG2, it does demand a little more gain from wherever your preamp is. I did find out when I was connecting to the recorder, it did require just a little more gain to power the NTG2. And yeah, so who's the winner? Well, it's both microphones do a fantastic job. Obviously, if you can afford the Sennheiser, then the Sennheiser is the way to go if you can afford it and if money's no object to you. But, you know, even so, even with that being the case, if you are very mic technique savvy, if you're savvy enough to know how to EQ your audio, the NTG2 is still a great, phenomenal product. And if you're not doing serious professional voiceovers, then the NTG2 would be a great way to go. If you're just trying to, let's just say, you know, like I said, do YouTube videos or just kind of record straight up dialogue. It's still a great, fantastic microphone. To tell you the truth, I have 2 NTG2s and I have 1 Sennheiser, and I am using and abusing those NTG2s because I know the sound that I'm gonna get, and you know, overall they're still fantastic microphones for the price. $269 versus $999. $999. Yeah, it's up to you. You make the decision. Well, guys, I hope this video served you well. I hope you at least got a better idea or understanding of what these 2 microphones have to offer. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like. If it didn't, well, you know, be that guy and don't like it. If you want more videos like this, go ahead, please subscribe. I'm doing plenty of videos like this. Make your audio better. Make your audio better. No, make your video better. Make your audio better, and all sorts of crazy, cool tech reviews and gadget impressions, and all sorts of other things. And also join the sort of community where people just like us, man. We're just trying to figure these things out. All right, that's it. Bottom line, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it served you well. Until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Later.